May 26, 2025 nang inumpisahan i-implementa ng MMDA ang Non-Contact Apprehension or NCAP. Ano nga ba ang NCAP? Ating alamin. At mga magkano ba ang pinakamababa at pinakamataas na multa sa ating mga sasakyan at mga driver na lumalabag sa batas trapiko. In 2003, the implementing guidelines for the non-physical contact policy were laid out in MMDA Memorandum Circular Number 5, where MMDA enforcers will be issued digital cameras to take pictures of traffic violators, which may be used as a basis for traffic violation and the fines thereof. On January 21, 2009, a new no physical contact policy was prescribed by MMDA for a 90 days trial period through MMDA Resolution number 09-02. Additional trials runs were conducted after. Within 6 months trial run was conducted through MMDA Resolution number 09-07 on July 23, 2009, and another 6 months trial run through MMDA Resolution number 10-2 on January 21, 2010. The program permanently reinstalled as the No Physical Contact Apprehension Policy, also known as the No Contact Apprehension Program, as it is known today on February 16, 2016 through MMDA Resolution number 16-01, which implemented the policy along major thoroughfares of Metro Manila, particularly along EDSA and Circumferential Road number 5, with the added use of closed-circuit television or CCTV traffic cameras. Since the implementation of MMDA No Physical Contact Apprehension Policy, other local governments units around the Philippines have also carried out their own versions of the policy. In 2018, Parañaque became the first local government unit in the country to implement a fully unmanned traffic apprehension system. Also in December 2020, the Manila City Council enacted the Manila City Ordinance number 8676, allowing the Manila Traffic and Parking Bureau or MTPB to issue traffic tickets to motorists caught violating traffic laws on traffic enforcement cameras without the physical apprehension of an on-site traffic enforcers. In September 2021, the city of Cauayan, Isabela became the first city outside of Metro Manila to adopt a no-contact apprehension program. This was followed by the province of Bataan in November 2021, which launched its own no-contact apprehension program along in main thoroughfare, the Roman Superhighway. In October 2021, the Muntinlupa City Council passed Muntinlupa City Ordinance 2021-280, enacting a no-contact apprehension program in the city. However, as of 2022, the ordinance has not yet been implemented. Following a dry run from October 2021 to June 2022, Quezon City announced the full implementation of its no-contact apprehension program on July 1, 2022, along 15 major roads in the city. The city of San Juan also planned to implement a non-contact apprehension program within the city starting August 2022. On August 30, 2022, the Supreme Court issued a temporary restraining order or TRO, ordering the suspension of the no-contact apprehension policy of the MMDA in the cities of Manila, Quezon City, Valenzuela, Parañaque, and Muntinlupa. The temporary restraining order also bars the LTO from providing motorist information to any other local governments implementing their own no-contact apprehension policy. While all 5 mentioned local governments and the MMDA have agreed to comply with the temporary restraining order, they have reiterated that the implementation of the NCAP has benefited their constituencies. Having not yet implemented their respective no-contact apprehension policies, The local government of San Juan and Muntinlupa have also agreed to comply with the order. On August 30, 2024, the Office of Solicitor General appealed to the Supreme Court to lift the temporary restraining order of the NCAP in light of increasing traffic violations in Metro Manila, which had gone up from the average of 9,500 traffic violations to 32,000 every month. The office had also requested that the constitutionality of NCAP be resolved immediately. The most recent iter- iterate- iteration of non-contact apprehension policy has been criticized by private vehicle owners, as well as drivers and operators of public transport vehicles, for having to pay for fine for alleged traffic violation without their immediate knowledge. Some of these complaints were also in relation to those who had received violations on vehicles that they no longer owned or had transferred ownership of. As a result, the LTO, or the Land Transportation Office, had appealed to the local government units to temporarily suspend the NCAP for review. On August 3, 2022, a transport group filed a petition for certiorari before the Supreme Court of the Philippines against the LTO and the cities of Manila, Quezon City, Valenzuela, Parañaque, and Muntinlupa. The petition seeks to challenge the NCAP, with the petitioners believing that the NCAP violates existing laws, has no basis defined in the MMDA law and the Land Transportation and Traffic Codes, and violates due process. On August 16, 2022, Quezon City 4th District Representative Marvin Rillo filed House Resolution number 237, calling the House Committee on Local Government, House Committee on Metro Manila Development, and House Committee on Transportation to investigate the implementation of the NCAP. This was followed by a privileged speech delivered by Surigao del Norte 2nd District Representative Ace Barbers that questions the constitutionality of the NCAP. On August 17, 2022, a second petition was filed before the Supreme Court by a Manila-based lawyers who challenged the implementation of the no-contact apprehension policy in the city of Manila. The petitioner claimed that he was fined 20,000 pesos by the Manila Traffic and Parking Bureau for 4 traffic violations of obstructing pedestrian crossing from May to July 2021, but was not informed until he had been barred from the registration his sport utility vehicle in Quezon City earlier in June 2022 due to the outstanding fines. In his petition, the lawyer also alleged that the ordinance violates motorists' right to privacy, as anyone can look up traffic violations associations with a vehicle registration plate on the website of the Manila City Government, which shows the personal information of the vehicle owner. The lawyer also claimed the lack of transparency surrounding the monitoring system opens the possibility of its being used by criminals who might pose as public officers who may extort vehicle owners with NCAP violation. In May 2025, the MMDA filed an urgent motion before the Supreme Court through the Office of the Solicitor General, seeking the lift the temporary restraining order on NCAP. The MMDA stated that the policy is necessary to better manage traffic flow and curb traffic violation during the upcoming major rehabilitation of EDSA. The Supreme Court granted the request on May 20, 2025, partially lifting the suspension of the MMDA NCAP. In response to call to suspend the NCAP, a joint statement was issued by Valenzuela Mayor Wes Gatchalian, Parañaque Mayor Eric Olivares, Quezon City Mayor Joy Belmonte, Manila Mayor Honey Lacuna, and San Juan Mayor Francis Zamora, expressing their firm stand on the implementation of no-contact apprehension program in their constituents. Following the temporary restraining order, Quezon City Mayor Joy Belmonte argues that the NCAP is legal and proper, believing that it instills a culture of traffic discipline among motorists. Belmonte also stated that traffic violations have significantly decreased by 93% in areas where the city had implemented the policy. This was supported by the Manila Public Information Office spokesperson Princess Abante, who emphasized that the NCAP eradicated traffic extortions, improved the flow of traffic, and made its road safer, not only for vehicles but also for pedestrians and cyclists in area where it was implemented. Abanti also says that the implementation of NCAP in Manila and other cities is backed by the existence of governing powers of local government units provided by the Section 16 of the Local Government Code. She, however, admits that based on the petition filed before the Supreme Court, there are shortcomings on the implementation of the NCAP which should be carefully studied and addressed. So the road covered by no contact apprehensions policy are as follows: C1 Recto, C2 Mendoza President Quirino Avenue, C3 Araneta Avenue, C4 EDSA, C5 CP Garcia Katipunan Avenue at Tandang Sora, R1 Rojas Boulevard, R2 Taft Avenue, R3 South Superhighway, R4 Shaw Boulevard, R5 Ortigas Avenue, R6 Magsaysay Boulevard, Aurora Boulevard, R7 Quezon Avenue and Commonwealth Avenue, R8 A Bonifacio, R9 Rizal Avenue, R10 Del Pan Marcos Highway and MacArthur Highway. Here are the list of the NCAP offenses and its penalty. Beating the red light. For the first offense, you have the 2,000 pesos. Second offense is 3,000 pesos. Third and succeeding offense is 5,000 pesos plus seminar. Illegal parking or no parking zones. First offense is 1,000 pesos. Second offense is 2,000 pesos. And third and succeeding offense is 3,000 pesos. Obstruction of pedestrian lane or box lane. First offense, 1,000 pesos. Second offense, 1,500. Third and succeeding offenses, 2,500. Counterflow. First offense is 5,000 pesos. Second offense is 8,000 pesos. Third offense and succeeding is 10,000 pesos plus license review. Failure to wear seatbelt. Passenger and driver. First offense, 1,000 pesos. Second offense, 1,500. And the third offense is 2,000. Overspeeding, more than 50 kilometers per hour on the city limit. First offense, 2,000 pesos. Second offense, 3,000 pesos. Third offense, 5,000 pesos. And authorized use of motorcycle lane. First offense, 1,500. Second offense, 2,500. And third offense is 3,500. Failure to yield to pedestrian. First offense is 1,500. Second offense is 2,500. And third offense is 4,000. Use of mobile phone while driving. First offense is 2,000 pesos. Second offense is 3,000 pesos. Third offense is 5,000 pesos plus driving seminar. Disregarding traffic signs. First offense, 1,000 pesos. Second offense, 2,000 pesos. And third offense, 3,000 pesos. So, una pa lang, sana, before pina-implement ng MMDA itong NCAP is, number 1, niresolba na sana ang problema sa pending na mga plaka. Kasi sa dami-dami ng pending yung plaka ng Land Transportation Office, sila rin naman ang mahihirapan kasing kumuha ng information. And then, pangalawa, dapat iresolba muna yung problema sa transferring of the ownership ng isang sasakyan bago in-implement yung NCAP. And pangatlo, dapat before in-implement yung NCAP is nilinis muna yung buong dadaanan ng mga NCAP na ito, especially dyan sa Taft Avenue, kasi masyadong matraffic, and the same time is maraming pedestrian dyan na puro halos lahat pasaway, tsaka ang daming vendors. And kasalukuyan pang inaayos yung EDSA for the rehabilitation. Alam naman natin, kahit na i-lift mo yung tawag dito, yung toll gate, yung toll fee is ganun pa rin naman. And then lastly, dapat bago nagpatupad ang MMDA ng NCAP, nag-remarking muna sila lahat sa mga pedestrian, mga signs dyan sa Metro Manila, kasi ang dami-daming signs dyan sa Metro Manila na magugulantan ka na lang last week hindi pa siya one way, and then next week one way na siya, and eto may sign na pwede kang lumiko kahit may nakastop, pero biglaan is bigla kang mahuhuli kasi bigla na lang tinanggal yung sign. So dapat nag-remarking muna at saka nag-ayos muna yung MDA ng kanilang mga traffic signs sa buong buong coverage na dadaanan ng NCAP na to. So yan lang ang ating ang opinion natin sa ginagawang NCAP or non-contact apprehension ng Metro Manila Development Authority.